The Empire of Brymore spanned from coast to coast of the Dragonside continent, conquered and reigned over by the Wizard King Zerindast the Great. But it was near the end of his long 200-year reign that he grew to think that none of his 10 sons could hold his hard-won empire together after his passing. Instead, he would find a strong heir on his own terms, and to do so, he created the Royal Labyrinth of Worthy Succession, a grand and deadly dungeon. Many adventurers, both heroic and villainous alike, tried to best it, and all fell short. Now, it has been 500 years since its completion, and the throne of Brymore remains empty, but the Mad King's challenge remains. Let the one who exits this fell keep with the scepter of royal might be declared true and rightful ruler of Brymore and all its vassal kingdoms. Still, no one has been able to conquer it. Yet.
Mahogany is here. Frakes.
I am also here.
Terrence.
Absent.
Jeff. Just a...
We didn't even get a full grunt, man. We must be in the long half of the day.
Zoom only gave us a partial grunt.
Yeah, he went real high pitch at the end, and then it just cut it out like it does.
I was literally just watching a video that made me think of you, Jeff. It was people at a gaming at a table, and the guy is trying to get a discount from the shopkeep, so he rolls a charisma check and gets like a nat 20, and the game master says, "Well, what do you say?" And he's like, "Oh, just that I would like to buy wares cheaper than what you're selling them for." And the game master goes, "Well, even with that roll, I'm not going to give you a discount because of what you literally said was bad." And that made me think of you saying, I cast glibness and say some shit to get us out of trouble once. But then the guy playing the barbarian goes, "I want to punch the shopkeep and see if he'll give us a discount then." And the guy's like, "Okay, roll for it." The guy playing the barbarian goes, "No dice, real punch." And he just stands up and starts punching the game master. Yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah, you can't be fickle about that kind of thing. I've learned.
Yeah. My character is more charismatic than me.
That's true. I mean, no.
All of my characters are more charismatic than me.
No.
Memorable. Is memorable charismatic?
That's why I always look at wisdom, charisma, and intelligence. They're probably always going to be better than what I really am.
I don't know.
If I have a 10 in anything, I'd be shocked.
I feel like your real life person, Jeff, would be better at IT than your current sword wielding death machine cleric. Let's just
That's why he said wisdom, charisma, and intelligence.
Yeah, but on the job training, however, not a stat.
That is different. Yeah. Life skills.
Oh, I don't have many of those either. You should see me trying to change a wax ring on a toilet.
I mean, was I thinking of it weird? I was thinking like if Wargrim showed up like Beastmaster 2 in New York, I feel like Jeff would fare better in New York than Wargrim.
I know. I feel like Wargrim would be more dressed for it.
Maybe.
Unless Wargrim just grabs Jeff by the collar and says, "Fix my computer."
Shoot my trouble.
Show me how to spreadsheet.
No, you got to go to Doug for that.
How do I open this PDF?
Oh. All right.
I'm trying to pound some champagne to loosen up. It's been a while since we played.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Sorry. Things happen.
It's fine. We played 2 weeks ago. The other game that we played, it took us twice that to get a game in.
Took you a month?
Yeah, because we can only play Wolves of Wolfwood every other Saturday. So if one of us can't misses a Saturday, then it's a once a month game, not a twice a month game.
Well, hit me up. You can tag me in some nights if you need to.
I'd rather not play.
Okay.
Also, you got to figure out how to drag Terrence character in.
Yeah,
And
Terrence,
we also know.
can you quickly make a 5th level Pathfinder 2e character?
I can, but
Not a good one.
that's not the point. I'm an adventurer temp.
Yeah.
Whether I live or die is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Also, we just had a conversation about how much you wish you only had one game a week to play.
No, I'm just saying if I were not succumbing to peer pressure of this YouTube channel and all my friends expecting shit out of me, as far as like gaming, then no, yeah, I'd probably just down to one game a week.
Yeah,
Which would
pressure's on,
probably be
motherfucker.
this game.
I'm not pointing fingers or like
Yes, you
saying,
are.
I mean, at myself, the fingers are all pointing backwards.
4 of them are. Every
No,
time you point your finger at me, 4 pointing back at you.
No, they're all pointing back at me. I'm not pointing. I'm like grasping at my face, which is a terrible gesture to make because people think you're nuts. What are we even talking about? Shit. The point is,
are you drunk yet?
No, I'm not drunk yet. I'm at my normal level of befuddlement, which is pretty high as of late, to be honest with you.
Tell me about it. I feel confused about everything all the time.
I'm still blaming COVID brain fog, and I know it's been a few years, but
it's making a comeback. It's fun.
Let's make it a comeback.
Is that just straight champagne?
Yeah.
All right.
Drinking out of a rocks glass, so I'm a real monster.
I think it would have been
Champers on
classier. Been classier.
No, there's no
rock.
rocks.
Straight out of the bottle.
In the rocks.
No, I ran out of gin in this glass, so I just started using it for my bottle of champagne. At any rate, welcome to that time I raided the Unconquerable Mega Dungeon. We're back after the last time you heard from us, which is God knows when, because this, as far as I know, this campaign hasn't even gone live yet.
Live to our wonderful Patreon subscriber, Jeff.
Oh.
Absolutely.
I'm sure he needs a real recap.
And I so love helping to fund this.
Do you? Oh.
We love that you help us fund this.
I'm surprised that you help fund this.
That makes me think that Jeff might have another work job for me to do that involves making a slideshow for his job.
The many Patreon perks of Homebrew Detritus Patreon is that Toker will do your PowerPoints for you.
Yeah.
On-site job assistance.
I thought it worked well.
I did too.
That's a hell of a Patreon tier.
Yep.
You give us $30 a month. One of us will come out to your job and help you do it.
No. It's all. I didn't go
You don't want me
anywhere.
to help.
It's a work from home position.
I mean, I can come out to your job if you need like heavy lifting done, or that's about it.
That's what I was picturing. Honestly, we'll help you move.
No.
No pizza or beer required, but encouraged.
No. I'm over 40. I'm not helping you move for pizza and beer. I need a paycheck and prescription medication.
I'm over 40. I'm not helping you move.
There it is.
I've got nieces and nephews for that sort of thing.
Wait, do you have stairs? Then I'm out.
Oh no. No. Actually, I do stairs all the time because my job is mostly heavy lifting. Actually, so I have to carry I have to heave people in their wheelchair up for sometimes several steps.
At least going down's not that bad. You just push them over the edge.
That's the point of the job is to get them there uninjured. So
there were no new injuries.
Yeah, no new injuries, which I've only failed at once.
Had a lot of fun at Ripley's Believe It or Not Aquarium, and I gained a lot of muscle mass because I was pushing an old heavyweight lady around in a wheelchair for the whole thing.
Why did you just adopt an old heavy lady?
It was a family member, but
okay.
It was like, can we please just hang out of the touch tank for another 10 minutes? I need to get my breath back.
Let it touch the horseshoe crabs some more.
She's like, what's on the second floor? Oh, nothing fun. You don't want to go up there.
Lots of ramps.
Lots of ramps. Windy ramps.
My favorite part of any aquarium is the part that has is the interior part where it's like just a big tunnel with tanks that are curvy and there's you just see all the fish in their big habitat and you just get to sit there in the carpet and hang out with the fish, kinda. Those are always my favorite parts.
I don't believe I've ever been to a standalone aquarium.
I mean, Riverbank Zoo has a similar thing, but
Downtown Charleston.
I worked at the one downtown for a year.
yeah.
I was a gator wrangler.
What?
They would bring in these 2.5 foot long American alligators, and I would go scoop one up and walk around with it and tell people about gators.
Did you rubber band its face or nothing?
No.
You just let it nip at people while you held it?
No, I mean, I held it, you hold it under the jaw, so whatever. And I had to keep a little bottle of hand sanitizer so we didn't salmonella the people who would come up there and want to touch it. But yeah, these tiny little gators. It was a fun job. There was an old man there who would always walk around with Rosie the Python, and he was like, "You want to walk around with Rosie the Python? She's 6 foot long boa." And I was like, "No." He's like, "She's sweet," and I'm like, "Yeah, but she might decide to not be." And he goes, "But you hold gators," and I'm like, "Yeah, but I know the gator wants to bite me, so I take precautions to not get bit." That thing's just draped around your neck,
Yeah.
Who knows when she has a bad day? Your face is fucked up. Me,
Rosie
I've got an understanding.
sneezes. You're dead. Can snakes sneeze?
Sure.
It's like you don't want to smell like food.
Right.
And gators have very little opening muscles to their jaw. All their muscles are for snapping closed real fast. So you can hold a gator's mouth closed with one finger under their jaw.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
I thought it was on top.
No, they lift their jaw up and just kind of let the bottom jaw fall open to snap.
Ah, okay. So you grip a gator by the dewlap and you can just carry it around and wave it at children. Got it.
Yeah, which is what I did. I don't think I ever called it the dewlap, though.
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
No, that part of your neck that's all
It was a fun year. I learned that the safe way to pick up gators only works for about 2 or 3 days, and then they figure it out. They're in a big tank, and when they first show up, you can just grab them. They don't know what's going on. But by day 2, they're like, "Oh, here he comes," and they back up and lift their heads up so they're closer to the wall, so they're a little harder to get behind. And I'm like, man, y'all learn fast. That's why you haven't had to evolve in 400 million years or however long you've been a species.
Longer than us.
Yeah.
And you see that kind of biological conservatism has really helped them out.
Yeah. Definitely didn't tell people we kept them till they got to be 3 feet. Then we sent them back to the farm in Florida where they would send us a new batch of gators.
And a new batch of leather handbags for the souvenirs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, there's a lot of gas stations in Florida that just have taxidermy gator heads.
Or just clean gator skulls.
Yeah, clean gator skulls and mummified gator skulls.
And there's so many gator bites people can eat. Anyway, let's
roll initiative.
Yeah. Should we play in the game?
Yeah.
All right.
Give us a recap.
Oh God. Ooh. Yeah.
I know we go in second.
Paperwork. The episode.
Yeah, last time, after completing some side hustles for Old Tuck and your former foreman for the Telegraph project, you guys were basically put through a lot of rigmarole where you had to go and register with one of the government organizations so they can monitor you, and it is. You found out legally required, but nobody is terribly happy with it. That the Royal Adventurer Monitoring Guild is a thing. After you got all that done, you went and to the Sundered Shield and registered your group with Old Tuck's people as
what did we
the outsiders.
Name our group?
The Outsiders. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And after doing a little wheeling and dealing and scheming, you managed to get pretty early on the roster for groups to be sent into the dungeon on its opening day. You ended up third, I believe. Was it?
I think it was third.
Was it third?
Yeah, you ended up third.
I guess I didn't know we could win in second. I was wrong.
Just tried to manifest your own reality. That's all.
It's not second? I thought it was.
No, it was third.
Roll the tip. Roll the clip. Roll the tip.
You're talking to yourself different there and getting it wrong.
I'm not going to put that clip in. I don't know why I said it to begin with.
Yeah, if you want to make the work for yourself, do it. I don't care.
Not.
Clearly, I leave all this in your hands, despite my better judgment or my ability to actually influence you in any way.
Right.
Or to do it yourself. I know I don't have the skills to pull off what Toker does.
Like, I think I could probably learn to edit the way Toker does, but it would require. But I don't wanna, and it would require me to do something I really don't like, and that is learning.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
I gave that up after high school. I have learned nothing. My life is exactly the same. It's pitiful. Anyway.
Don't forget to support us on Patreon.
Maybe our life can move from pitiful to just miserable.
Oh, why not both?
I already have both, and let me tell you, it is a wild ride. So on the next day, the day of, you guys, let's say you guys are starting your day out right, having breakfast at the Sundered Shield, as they have an open bar for first day adventurers. It is a goodwill gesture on the part of their management, and more importantly, a good way for Old Tuck to keep an eye on the various teams and register any he has not seen.
And get a shit face so that we cash out early. I mean, are any of us drinking at dawn 30?
I mean, you have your normal breakfast beers, but that's not drinking. Yeah. That's just nourishment. You can have toast or ale or both if you like your carbs.
I'm carbo loading, man. It's going to be a busy day.
Yes, both.
We're about to head into this dungeon for an untold number of days. We should fill up on all we can get.
The tone is, if not, is anticipatory but not excited. There's a lot of tension in the air here in the early morning hours. And then as you're sitting there eating breakfast, not just an hour ago, you heard a loud roar echoing down the mountains, the dragon's call. And Team 1 downed their drinks and headed out. And it was less than an hour later before Team 2 did the same. Another roar, another call. And so you guys know that you're next in line. Old Tuck sidles up to you. He's just getting out of bed. Most of the people who've been serving you have been like the staff here, but Old Tuck and the barkeep basically refer to their staff as their children, and the reason is mostly because they are their children. The Sundered Shield's two owners, Derm Hammerstrike, a dwarf of middling age, and Old Tuck's a human named Kenton Tuxbury, have apparently been just lovers for about 50 years, and they have just adopted orphans that have just been left around the town. Just because some suspect because Old Tux doesn't really want to pay too much for help, but it's clear that they love and respect their families. Well, they love their families and then tell them to do all kind of menial labor. But when Old Tux rolls out of bed, you're the first table he walks over to. Ah, there you go, my helpers. I understand you're up next.
Correct.
Well, don't let that dragon bully you. She'll try to put the fear in you before you go in, but just relax. It's all part of the show, really. She's a real theatrical kind of gal, you know?
She tends to yell every hour. Is that how fast the previous team has perished under her pretenses?
No, just a little first day tradition. She calls each adventuring team or lone adventurer, we get those sometimes, based on how it was picked down here. We have a little bit of a mutual aid thing going.
Well, I think it would be better for us to be at the door when she calls, so we can go ahead and get started. Personally, how does everybody else feel?
Well, I'd finish your breakfast first. It's like a 20-minute walk up the hill.
I just don't want to miss our shot.
Oh, no. She knows who to expect.
I'm the type of guy that if I've got to be somewhere at 2 o'clock, I start getting ready at 11:30 because I know it's going to take me 20 minutes to get there, and then I've got to make sure that I'm all cleaned up and dressed and ready to go. So I end up sitting around the house for about an hour and a half waiting to get close to time to get up there.
Wow.
Continuing.
Well, remind me never to party with you.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
I wake up at 7:30 to leave the house at 8. And a guy I work with gets up at 5 to leave the house at 8. And he said that I was the morning person. He said, well, not all of us can be morning people. And I was like, how am I the morning person when I want less of it than you do? He's like, well, I need a few hours to just get up and get ready. And I was like, no. I do the bare minimum for society requires me to do. I'm not stinky and gross when I come to work. I need 30 minutes to shit and shower and leave. What are you doing? What's so great about you where you need 2 hours? You're the morning person. Am I wrong?
I think what they're saying is they need 2 hours to themselves or they're going to be a dick when they get there.
For the day.
As
Well, maybe
opposed
they need
to
4.
you take 30 minutes, probably. But you take 30 minutes and you can get there and not be a dick.
Oh.
And that's where they're like, oh, you're the morning person because you get up and you're not an asshole. But I think that maybe it might just be, you know.
I'm personally scheduled to come in at 8 tomorrow, miraculously, and I fully intend to get there at 8:20 to 8:30.
For me, like, it doesn't matter what time I have to be there or what, whatever it is. If I got to be there at 9, I'm there at 9. But still probably don't talk to me till afternoon.
Yeah.
Probably your best bet.
Oh, yeah. If you come in early and you're stuck with like a chatty person.
Yeah, no. Don't, no.
I'm going to throw him off a goddamn bridge.
Jeff, I feel like you're a good morning guy. You like
And don't say that to me either. Morning. That's the appropriate thing to say. Morning. That's plenty. Don't throw good in there. Don't do
like
that.
You know me.
Rude.
and turn around and be like, what's good about it?
Fuck you.
Like, that's what it means. Like, I could be triggered by just that before noon. So, yeah. That's why, like, my boss, he's like, what time do you want to have a meeting? I'm like, yeah, 1 o'clock. Perfect. Excellent.
All right. Well, are you guys taking your monk's advice to head up early?
We finish eating and go.
Yeah. All right. Well, Old Tux wishes you luck and says, whenever you get back out, please come back by. Let us know how you did, and I want to see your badge.
Badge?
Yeah.
Yeah. You end up getting a badge when you go inside, just as a way to mark your progress within the dungeon. The dungeon keepers like to keep track of that sort of thing.
It also lets us go back to where we left off, right?
Yeah. As long as the badge is here on the mountain. Yes.
Right, yeah.
That's why some people winter over because they don't want to lose their place. Like the first 2 teams that went in today were not new people. They were from last year, and they probably went in on, I think one of them went on floor 4 and one went into on floor 5, if I'm not mistaken. But that's the interesting part, because if you're here between seasons and you got halfway through one floor before you could finish, it's going to be a different place when you get back there. They change it every year. Different hazards, different threats, sometimes different geography altogether. They're really clever in there. A lot of magic is my theory. Anyway, good luck. And he disappears to go talk to another table. After you finish up, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's. Are we ready?
Yep.
Did everybody clean their plate?
Down to the last morsel.
Fuck.
But there is still half a basket of biscuits, so if you wanted to
Into the bag.
All right.
I'm going to increase my rations by 1 for free.
Okay.
Now, if you read in Path Builder, 1 ration is a week's worth of rations.
Oh, well, I've got 5.
So yeah, and he'll be out here in 5 days with nothing to eat from the way he's been chowing down the whole campaign so far.
That was a month's worth of food.
I burned it fast in this tiny body.
It's elven bread. It's supposed to be super filling. I feel like dwarf bread would be more filling than elven bread. Elves, what do? They sit around all day. What does their metabolism really require them to do? Dwarves
That's
like
why you don't have to eat a lot. You just take a nibble and you're full.
Oh, okay. So elves are just elitists. That's what that's.
Mm-hmm.
They're just big dietary fucking snobs that are like.
I feel like they poop like rabbits. Like it's just one little pellet falls out every once in a while.
Oh, how disgusting!
Oh. When they eat, it's like, oh, I could feel my body turning on.
So yeah, you guys head out and out into the streets of Delver's Gate. The Sundered Shield is fairly close to the path that leads up to Tribulation Keep. Now, while Delver's Gate is it's not a city per se, but it is like. It's like someone took a big city block and just placed it on top of the mountain. So the buildings here are very dense. When you travel the few streets here, you're mostly looking up at multiple story buildings. It's like there's a lot of space being crammed in one area. But even beyond that, even beyond the heights of the royal garrison or Dragon Tamer Lodge, which is where the Lord Strachan, you found out, is the actual technically the leader of the ruler of this area, lives, is even more mountains soaring upwards, and topping those, the 2 massive gloomy towers of Tribulation Keep that, depending on the time of day, just cast a shadow over the whole town. And as you move up the rocky paths into like the knife edge kind of like walkway carved into the rocks itself, you come across the gates of Tribulation Keep, which are tall, very tall, and pretty wide. It's like each door to Tribulation Keep is about 12 feet wide and maybe 30 feet tall. A massive arching door. They are not open when you get there. And you are basically just left in like the bottom of a dark well at the doorway. And here you see just the only remnants of the passing of the previous adventuring groups are the footprints they left behind in the lightly packed snow up here. The trip took you, much like Old Tux told you, about 20 minutes to walk. It's a steep, curving path. And you don't have to wait long after you get up there before you hear the roar of the dragon echoing out and down and across the mountaintop. Here, it is nearly deafening, and the doors creak open all the way wide, revealing a courtyard where the doors sweep away the snow. Inside this courtyard is a statue of a bearded man wearing a crown, holding aloft a scepter, and with his hand on a sword on his side. And all around his feet, there seems to be shattered pieces of armor and broken blades, memorials to fallen comrades. There is a gust of wind, and snow is kicked up, blocking your vision for a moment. And standing On the battlements of the top of the keep proper, between the two massive towers, is an enormous bronze dragon. She looks down at you. One of her eyes, molten bronze color, one a gleaming blue gem. It's Tux's cat's paws. Glad that you got here on the first day.
I was told not to be terrified. I was told not to be terrified. I was told not to be terrified. Under my breath.
Yeah. Welcome, adventurers.
Did I?
To the royal labyrinth of worthy succession. If you fear inadequacy, if you have cowardice in your heart, turn around now.
I'd be lying if he didn't think about it.
Okay. She nods as you guys stand there silently and says, if you insist on taking this challenge, then I am here only to warn you of the rules of the dungeon. 1, souls do not emerge from this dungeon. If you die in there, you must be resurrected in there, or simply pass away. 2, the dungeon has many monsters, many threats, many traps, but it also has keepers. Do not molest the keepers. And 3, I am not responsible for lost or stolen goods. I don't know why people complain to me about it like it's my job. Do you understand this, adventurers?
Could I get a little clarification on the souls bit? So they couldn't, like, if I were to die, my party couldn't drag my body out and get me resurrected outside.
No.
But if I die in there, does my soul re-enter the cycle of birth and rebirth and death?
The dragon's head leans down, long, sinewy, dangerous, and her face gets within about a yard of yours.
Sweat.
No.
No, so I'm just stuck in the dungeon if I'm not resurrected within the dungeon.
Yes.
That's heady. Barallo cracks his neck. All right, let's do this.
The dragon nods as she takes back her more regal position, and her wings spread wide, and she says, enter, as it echoes down the mountain. And there is a portcullis on the interior of the courtyard that opens up on one of the castle walls. And within it, you just see a narrow staircase heading downward.
Quick glance to everybody else and a nod grimly toward everyone and start walking that way.
Rouse will follow.
And no.
One last longingly look at that delicious breakfast that was just outside the gate. And I'll turn and follow.
In your pockets.
I'll reach in and eat a week's worth of rations out of pure nervousness.
All right. You head down. The stairs are wide and well trodden, and also tall. This place seems to be accommodated for people of many sizes. A large creature could probably squeeze down this stairway with no real issue, but not much bigger than that. And you follow this stairwell down what feels like, actually, if you count the steps, it's about 100 steps down. And when the spiral lets out, you open up into a circular room. And after you step down off the steps, the last of you step down on the steps, the wall seals itself shut. There is no egress besides the 2 paths in the circular room. Now, the walls of the circular room are rough-hewn stone for the most part, but it looks like they might be plastered over, and the ceiling is also kind of domed. You see the same thing almost that you saw outside above you. It's not a picture, it's not a window, but it's a picture of the sky above, gloomy, cloudy, and the painting itself moves as if it's constantly repainting itself in conjunction with the way the sky above moves. There is a lone carving on between the 2 doors or 2 hallways in front of you, and it is the old Brimorian imperial seal with a simple message on it. Good luck, hero.
Well, which way should we go?
I'm sorry, is there light down here?
This room has, there's like illumination that seems to be coming from the dome above you. There's no torches or anything like that. But it just seems to be some sort of natural ambient light emanating from the domed ceiling of this circular room. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of natural light anywhere else, like down the halls. Now, if you have dark vision or low light vision, you can see fairly far down.
Okay. Yeah, I've got low light. I don't know where everybody else is at.
Same, low light.
Dark.
Okay.
Well, those of you with dark vision can see down the tunnels ahead of you. One of them extends, the one to, I'm going to call that the north, or I'm going to call it the east. The east tunnel extends about 20 feet before it opens out into a room that you can see almost to the far wall of. And the south tunnel goes about 30 feet down before it opens up into a room, but you can see there's a hallway beyond it, directly across.
This side over here has got a room that ends, and this side over here has a room that continues into a hallway. So we check out the room that ends first.
Agreed.
So is that the west or the south you're going for?
East.
The east.
Sorry, east or south?
East.
All right, going east.
And I will be checking for traps. And I'm not the best trap checker we've established. That was.
I'm good at disabling traps, but I believe your perception is better at finding them.
Okay, that's right. That's right.
What is a perception? What are y'all looking like?
+5.
Let's see.
+9.
I'm also at +5, so.
So I'm at +9. So I should probably.
You're the ranger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Get out there in range.
Get out there in range.
Yeah. I'll get out there in range.
For some reason, probably because it's what you always play.
Because you're a man.
I always thought you were the thaumaturge. So is that going to be our marching order? Is Rouse and then Belgrip to disable any trap she finds? Then the two warriors in the back? Or do you want Rouse, then Monk, Belgrip in there? Because you can always squeeze past me, or I can help you move around.
I've got an ability for it. I can scamper underfoot, which is something our dog does quite a bit to his
quite
death
annoyingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are used to ducking under foes and can scurry around the battlefield with ease. You gain a +1 circumstance bonus to acrobatic checks to tumble through a space of medium or larger enemies. So yeah, wherever the enemies show up, I'm gonna get away from them so I can shoot them with a gun. But no, I can scamper around. We're good.
Just if you see some kind of mechanical or magical trap, just let me know. I'll come up there.
All right. Give me a roll.
15.
You don't see anything out of the ordinary for the hallway. You have low light, you said?
That is correct.
All right. As you move forward, you can see the room ahead of you branches off into a large room. However, it is pretty clear. Let me see. Sorry. There are two paths ahead of you. In front of each path is a pair of knights, or rather suits of armor, blocking the ways.
Okay, then.
Training dummies.
So yeah, I'm gonna look at the one to the south. Any perception?
Okay.
Or yes, no, maybe so.
Well, let me just say what you can see without perception.
Okay.
You can see a hallway that leads to another room. A short hallway leads to another room beyond him.
I am also rolling perception just to see what I can glean from these suits of armors. I rolled a 24.
All right. These suits of armors, as you take a good hard look at them, you guess that they are probably not filled with anything or rather, they're not filled with anything living, all the joints seem to be sealed with patches of leather. The gauntlets are completely filled. There's no like, on a normal armored person, you would see bits of padding or lining cloth coming out from under it, but there's nothing really like that coming out of these suits of armor. They are like pure. It looks like a dressed dummy. You do, however, notice something. They both have feathered plumes on tops of their helmet, and they lean forward. But amongst those plumes, you see, at least on one of them, glowing off the back of the plumes, is some sort of light from the back of their helmet, or its helmet. And that would, let me see, which one were you looking at?
The one on the south one.
Okay, then that'll be the south one.
Just FYI, while we're doing this, I wanted to take magic.
All right. You detect. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I pointed out that there's light coming off of this one. I don't know what it's coming from.
You, Wargrim, you detect magic in the area. The area is giving off a lot of low-grade magic, but nothing like... It's all sort of like magical static, except for the two suits of armors, which are glowing pretty brightly. They are giving off an aura like a magic item. They are enchanted objects of some kind.
And they're they're blocking the pathway, basically.
Yep.
Right then. Well, how about I just move it?
I'm gonna step back a little bit, just in case.
All right.
Hold on. Can I do like a crafting check or an engineering check to see if they're functional?
Sure.
13.
You can tell that they are solidly built, and the armor is not piecemeal. It's not. In fact, the armor pieces seem to be largely connected to each other. But whether or not that leads to function or just more protection, it's hard to tell.
I will actually mention, does it look like all these things are connected? Could they be holding gas in, and if someone disturbs it, it would just release gas as a trap?
Farting statues.
No one has searched specifically for traps, but it is an idea.
Oh, I didn't even think that these things might be tripped. I thought it might be more of a golem. Yeah, let me step out of the way so you can get a better look.
I'll attempt.
I will too.
Which one are you attempting?
The south one?
All right, go ahead and roll.
I'll do the north one.
All right.
25.
You, Rouse, you do not detect anything that would indicate that this is some sort of booby-trapped object. You don't see any nozzles or hoses or trip lines or anything like that.
Looks fairly commonplace to me.
How about you, Wargrim?
Same thing, 25.
All right. You, however... you, however, notice that the statue here is different than the other one that she is describing to you, in that you see that its feet seem to be very firmly planted to the ground where it's at, almost as if it is like set up to perhaps trigger something if it is moved.
I will point it out to everybody.
Oh, like maybe it's standing on a pressure plate?
Maybe we go the other way then.
You look the one to the north, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Step back a second, Rouse, and I'll move this guy out of the way.
The south one.
The south one. Correct.
All right. Perfect. I will step back.
And I will, just shake it off just in case it is a trick. And I'll grab it, grab it, and flip it into the middle area, into this section, if I can do that.
All right. Give me a strength.
Strength or athletics?
Give me athletics.
Athletics. Eat all dicks.
Uh,
That's a natural one.
All right. You reach over, you basically lift the thing's arm, put it over your shoulder, and attempt to flip it over you. However, whenever you do, the thing locks into place, and its arm basically comes to life, grabbing at your shoulder. While you hear down by your side, it seems to be going for its blade with the other arm. Let's roll initiative.
All right. Cool. Okay. It's always the first roll of the day. Not always, but it was today.
That was me. That was all of us on Wednesday, by the way.
Yeah.
It was so embarrassing.
Yeah, how dare you not control fate and chance?
Like
what an embarrassment.
I remember Mahogany's first 2 rolls were natural ones.
Were they?
Yeah. Still didn't beat her 4 natural ones in a row night.
In a row.
In a row.
Jesus Christ.
It's like, well, that's crazy. You should buy a lottery ticket. Why? The universe is telling me everything's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're going to lose more money than possible.
It's the first time I ever bought a lottery ticket. The government sent me a bill. Not only did you not win, you owe us money. I got an 18, by the way.
Rouse, what'd you get?
26.
26. You said you got 18 Belgrip?
Yep.
Borello?
Natural 17 for a 22.
22. Wargrib?
I rolled another 17 again, so since that's perception, it's a 25.
5. And this suit.
So 3 of us rolled 17s. That's wild.
You guys should all buy lottery tickets.
Together. That's the only way we'll succeed.
All right.
We'll all fail.
Rouse, you're first.
Alrighty then. So
you see the suit of armor spring to life as he tries to flip it out of the way.
And that's part of why I stepped back. So I'm going to quick draw my weapon. I shall hunt prey on this creepy thing and attack. Weapons roll. It's going to be one of those flurry attacks. So the first one is a 15, and the second one is a 17.
17 will hit.
Woo. 3 whole damage.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Your arrow plunks into the armor, but it doesn't seem to affect it much,
if at all.
Let's see. No, it affects it.
Oh, okay.
I was just describing the low damage.
Yeah, I thought it had like hardness or something. Yeah.
Oh no. Let's see. That's you, Rouse. We're at Wargrim. Wargrim.
What skill would I use to identify?
Identify like a magical item or like a creature.
What this is it a creature or an item?
I'd say Arcana would be more appropriate.
All right. I rolled a 19 plus 1 to make a 20.
Woo.
You identify this as a simple magical construct, basically a animated suit of armor that looks like it's just been stuffed with stuff for weight. So it just has the basic construct traits that you need to look out for.
All right. And so that was one. I trying to identify as like only one action.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will use another action to attack. As part of my perception check or initiative check, I automatically imbued my sword with Barrel's Edge. So it is now enchanted, quote unquote, kind of, with spirit energy.
Yeah.
Which gives it a +1 to damage.
Oh, nice.
Right now. All right. So I will move, which I think that's another action.
Mm-hmm.
And then attack.
I'm sorry, what did you get on your knowledge check? What is it?
20.
Yeah.
It's basically an animated suit of armor. So just a very simple construct.
Okay. But no, there was no weaknesses.
Just the weaknesses normal constructs have, which aren't many. To be honest.
I can't remember. Should I Google this knowledge?
You probably should, because I've got a lot of shit fucking tabs open.
Yeah, just making sure it was information we would know from his knowledge check is what
I want to say that just you two, given that you have a good basis of arcane knowledge, just generally know more about that sort of thing. So yes, you can Google what basic construct traits are if you like. Just mark it on your personal knowledge tree.
17 to hit.
17 to hit will hit.
All right. Damage. 14 points of damage, and that is spirit energy.
14 points. All right. your great big sword, right? You're a sword guy. You're a sword guy. Your great big sword comes down and slices into the plates of the construct, doing a massive amount of damage. You see, basically a thin gray cloud of glowing energy kind of emerge from the damage you've done and begin spreading around the area. It's just like giving off a thin arcane haze. Let's see, that was a move attack. Okay, we're at the suit.
Yeah, that's what threw me off is if it's construct, they normally have, most of them have like a hardness. Like if this is actually animated armor, it has a hardness.
I know.
Okay. Okay.
It is the suit scope though.
Yeah.
My stats, where you at, buddy? There you are. It quickly shoves you aside, or not aside, but like just takes its arm out of yours, Borello, and whips out its sword, attacking the most currently lethal attacker, which would be, I guess, Wardroom. Well, that's an action. It takes 2 attacks at you with its sword, a two-handed weapon. I got a 25 on the first one, but like a fucking 7 on attack number 2.
First one hits.
All right.
And also, Terrence, from what I was just reading, apparently only the +1 is spirit damage. The rest of it is slashing.
Okay. The suit of armor does 9 damage to you, but you're able to dodge its second swing. Borello, your go.
All right. It is moving. It is there. I am there. I'm going to flurry of blows this thing.
Ooh, your spirit damage probably won't affect it then, Jeff.
Why?
Because they're immune to it.
Are they immune?
I'm just looking at, because there's not like construct traits anymore. Like construct is a trait, but it's just all it says is a construct is an artificial creature empowered by a force other than vitality or void. But animated armor is immune to a lot of stuff, which makes sense because it's armor, like bleed and death and diseases, but also spirit and vitality and void damage, mental damage, non-lethal attacks, being paralyzed. They don't get fatigued, but I don't know.
All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Key Strike on my flurry of blows. Let's see if I remember. So then, first attack with the Key Strike.
Constructs are immune.
This is 16 hit.
16 does not hit.
Natural 1. Cool. All right. So I wasted my focus spell for the next 10 minutes.
Oh,
no.
And nothing happened. So that was one attack, or that was one spell, one attack, and then I will, I guess, try to punch it one more time at the third map. Also missing. All right, cool.
All right.
I gotta raise my shield. I forgot I had that. Oh well. I didn't.
Let's see. It is Belgrip's go. Belgrip, your team is having mixed results on fighting this creature.
Time to bring the pain.
I guess. I will. I'm assuming my weapon was not drawn, so I'll draw my weapon. I will attempt to overdrive my weapon. My invention. Level 2, it went up by 1, but I still got it. Okay, yeah. I just got it. I need to roll an 8 or better, and I rolled an 8, so I'll take it. So there's just a regular success means I get to add my. I get to add 2. Oh, I just get to add 2 to my damage. Ooh, I think I was doing that wrong. No, well, critical success is full intelligence. Whatever. So it'll be if I hit. All right. Shooting between the legs. Natural 5.
What does that get you all together?
12.
Well, all right. You try to shoot between the legs. However, the intense jumble of legs before you puts you off target.
No.
Let's see. We're back to the top though. Rouse.
The other one doesn't seem, nothing's happening with the other one, right?
Not a damn thing.
Word. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a little step up there just to be on the safe side. So I can, if I need to, but I'm still targeting that same one with a flurry attack.
You've ever figured it out by now? The AC is 17. Everybody.
20 and a natural 20.
Well, hot damn. That's 2 hits definitely. And,
Yay. So let's see. Okay, so the first one. Oh, that's dumb. So total of 15 damage.
15 damage between the hit and the critical hit?
Yes.
All right.
Because your crit basically is what, 2d6?
No, well, it's I got a deadly D10.
Oh yeah.
Added to it. So yeah.
So you rolled 3d6 and a d10 and got 15?
Yep.
Awesome.
The first one was 6. It was the max. Like
and
the
then
one
it went downhill from there.
Yeah. And then I rolled a 2 and a 5, and the 5 didn't get doubled.
I love it.
All right. You fire your things in it, and they both, of course, land. You see a couple of wisps of that strange gray smoke, but beyond that, the creature is still up and at him. Wargrim.
Oh wait, I have another. I'm gonna take another shot at it.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. I thought you moved and did 2. Sorry.
She gets a flurry for 1 action.
Oh, right. Okay.
And I missed with a 12.
All right.
Okay.
All right, now Wargrim.
Take a swipe.
Take a little swipe.
Let's see. Damn, I've been rolling fucking awesome. Excuse me. 20. I rolled a 19. 26 to hit.
26 will definitely hit. Almost a critical. So close.
Same amount of damage. 14 because I don't get spirit damage. So 14 slashing damage.
Okay. Slash into it. 14. Still up.
Then I will take one more attack. This is only at a +2. Total 17. So I rolled a 15 plus 2, 17.
That hits.
I rolled an 11 plus 4, 15 points damage.
All right. Fucking beating ass. All right. On your second strike, however, you strike it in a, I guess, vital part, to the point where the construct basically disintegrates before you, each piece falling apart. The filler inside, which appeared to be sort of just a rough gravel and straw, pours out of the of the gaping holes in the suit of armor, which slides to the ground.
Good shot, everybody else.
Step back.
All right, you step back.
Shall we continue? Or are we going after the other one that hasn't moved yet? It's standing on top of a trap.
Might be standing on the trap.
It's standing on some kind of trigger. You don't know what it is. I'll give you that much.
I'd like to investigate it closer.
All righty.
I'd like to stay away from it.
My curious mind, I just
want to see how it works.
What would I need? Would that be perception or crafting or engineering?
I'll let you pick which one you want to do, actually. Both would apply. Or crafting or perception.
All right, crafting.
Actually, engineering or perception, excuse me.
Nice. Now I'm rolling good. 26.
All right. You squat down, Belgrup, and have a good look at the thing, and you squint real hard to the point where you can kind of see what its feet is connected to, and the floors beyond, past its feet. You see that one of the about 10 feet down the hall, the floor is covered in sort of barely disguised holes. Like, they don't seem to be terribly, like, there just seem to be like little gash marks in the floor. And it looks like moving this thing would create some kind of like blade triggering trap. Like if you moved it, blades would pop up out of the ground.
Interesting. You know, I read about these kind of traps back in school. It was first introduced probably 400 or 500 years ago, where it was documented. But I believe some people have been doing this for as many as 4 or 5 centuries ago.
That's the same thing.
Oh, not centuries. Millennia.
Oh, okay.
That's 1,000, right?
Yeah.
I roll intelligence. My character's smarter than me. Don't make me tell him.
You also notice that there, like since you caught a glimpse of the combat, you also see that there's a thin, just almost invisible, like circuit of gray runes just beyond the area where the holes are. Some kind of magical trap would also be triggered with this mechanical one.
Devious.
But the other hallway doesn't seem to have these things going for it, just the animated armor.
Well, no, you guys investigated the armor, but you didn't really look at the hallway too much.
Hey, I'm not sure, Morello, but if that hallway's identical to this one, you could be fucked here to just a few more feet.
So you're planning to move that statue?
No, power of deduction. I'm thinking that if this hallway is trapped this way, that hallway might also have blade traps, magical traps.
Well, let's go have a look.
Yeah, I'll take a peek while I'm here.
All right, give me a perception or engineering.
I have no engineering, but I can roll perception. Natural 20, 25.
25.
Hey.
All right. That gives you but you I guess still juiced on adrenaline from the brief combat and the frustration of missing every time.
Trying to cycle my breathing in a way to calm down.
Okay. You're able to spot a very, very dim outline of some thin grayed runes right there at the end of the hallway. How do I do a fucking pulsar on this thing?
Hold down the right and circle.
Yeah. In this area, you see that there is a lining the hallway on either side, and all the way across it, there seems to be a very almost invisible glow of gray magical energy.
Yep, you're right. There does look to be some magical energy down here that I have no idea how to deal with. Much like apparently I have no idea how to deal with a magical suit of armor.
What you don't see is what you described before, is any kind of slashes or holes in the floor before it.
I still think that the side you're on was the armor trap, and this side was the mechanical trap. But the magical traps at the end of the hallways might be similar.
Yeah,
Maybe that's the difference. What was that, Terrence?
So who's doing what?
Who can disable magical trap?
That'd be me.
Okay, well.
Be careful, little guy.
All right, Borello, you move up to.
Yeah, I mean, not noticing the holes that were.
I'm sorry, Belgrip. Sorry. Why'd you both go with B names? All right. Belgrip, you move down the hallway to the south up to where you know where to look for the kinds of shimmering silver energy. Let me go ahead and move that fog out of the way for the next room so that you guys can see into it. You can see very clearly, well, not very clearly, but you know what they're there. The magical, I guess, trip line that has been set up here on this last portion of the hall.
Oh, while I walk past the body of the other armor, I just grab random scraps and toss them in my bag.
Okay.
Just absentmindedly pocketing junk that I could use to add to stuff later. Arcane to attempt to disable this trap?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 25.
25. All right. You identify several key runes in this. What you quickly realize is a teleportation trap.
Oh.
And you're guessing that just by its nature that it's probably a sort of a reverse pit trap.
I look up.
You look up, but you don't see anything. But with the thought, you know where the spikes are.
Take one of those pieces of scrap and throw it through to see if that activates it at all.
All right, you toss a piece of scrap from the armor into the ring. You see a small gray flash, and you, Wargrim, can see in the other hall a similar flash on the ceiling of the hall, and the piece of armor, after a short amount of time, about 3 seconds or about 5 seconds, falls onto the area where the spikes would be if the armor were moved.
I'll let them know what's happening.
Asked and answered.
You can either try to disarm it, or you can just jump over it.
That's what I was asking. If I could use arcane to disarm it, because this.
Yeah, you can decide to disarm it, or you can just tell the group to jump over and leave it for the next adventurers that come through.
Oh yeah. I mean, what kind of party are we going to be, guys? Do we leave the trap for the next group, or I don't feel good about that.
Well, you're guessing the dungeon will probably reset after a time, but you don't know what the time is. After all, this dungeon has been going in perpetuity. Thank you, for 500 years.
I don't think that we're that cutthroat of a group that we would begrudge our competition to death simply to save ourselves a few moments of time. If you can disable it, I say disable it. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, I was going to try to disable with that arcane check. That was
okay. That's fine. I was just letting you know you have those two options. If you choose to disable it, then you've already made the check necessary to do it. You quickly move through and tactically disrupt several of the runes with just a little bit of good old fashioned breaking shit. Scraping them up. They're embedded into the stone, but it only takes a little bit of chiseling to dislodge the silvery metal inlays that is buried under the sand covering the stone.
While they're doing that, I'll heal myself.
All right.
Oh yeah, you got hit.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry about that, Warren. I was not quick enough.
Rouse, give me a perception check.
19.
Amongst the rubble and ruin of the fallen suit of armor, you catch a gleam in the sand and sawdust that used to be used to kind of support the construct's interior.
Ooh, what's this? I'll pick it up.
You
try to uncover it.
You reach in and you pull out a coin similar to the one you found on the mountainside in the cave, a sort of a bronze coin that is stamped with the old Brimorian imperial seal.
So what's that? 2 of those now?
This one's not bronze. This one's, is it bronze too?
Yeah, they're both bronze.
Bronze, okay. So yeah, now we got 2 of them.
But yes, you're free to go along that path after he finishes disarming the trap.
You'll be safe now, everybody. Well, at least for the next several feet.
All right. You move into the next room. All right. Barallo, you go into this nice circular room. You see the area where the other entrance is and the still active runes underneath now that you know what to look for there. And you see 2 doors, one again leading to the west and one again leading to the south.
Got 2 doors here. Not sure which way to go or if any of them are trapped or anything. I'll let you do your thing.
I'm sorry. Let me get rid of these. Now that you guys can see down the halls.
Oh, I thought you said there were doors there. Sorry.
I'm sorry. The 2 hallways, they're not doors. My bad.
Let's keep going east.
All right.
Can I check this hallway for traps?
I keep saying west. Dumb.
27 to check at the hallway for trappies.
All right. You do not seem to think you see any traps, and you looked really well.
Okay. And I will proceed down the hallway east.
All right. You proceed down the hallway to the east. Excuse me. As you get closer to the end of the hallway, you can see you can't see any further after a certain point. There is a sort of a fog blocking this doorway. It's just sort of a roiling smoke that fills the chambers beyond.
Physically she can't go through it? Or she
can go into it. You can stick your arm out. The mist whirls around it, but it's just something is impeding your vision through here.
Is it a light issue?
No.
Okay.
Just thick mist. Somebody's doing sick vape clouds in there.
Yeah. Rouse will shake her head. Damn vapors.
Ape life.
What you do notice from your check, I'm gonna let it go from earlier, so I'm not gonna make you check again. The mist stinks. It reeks like there is a powerfully rank smell coming from the interior beyond the smoky doorway.
What do you say? Are we up for going into stinky, smoky doorway area?
Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Well, then after you.
All right.
Are you moving in?
Yeah, I'm moving in.
All right, Borello, you step through and you find that the mist was, in fact, maybe a foot thick. There's just sort of a wall of mist separating you from. Oh my gosh! There you go. I need a beastie. A very large creature, which is looks like half bear, half owl, and all zombie.
Okay.
As you step through, it turns its milky eyes towards you. Its mouth opens. It lets out a wet roar, which you guys can clearly hear from the other side. And we roll initiative again.
I was really hoping he was just going to find a nice family barbecue on the other side of that smoke.
Mall races pick and pock. Come for the racism, stay for the barbecue.
Don't come for the racism, but we're giving it anyway. I wish my attack rolls were as good as my initiative roll.
Okay, let's do initiatives then. Enlighten us. What'd you get, Belgrip?
19 for 24.
24. Borello.
Hang on. I hit the wrong button and now my computer is doing stupid things.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why. I just looked over and realized that I didn't see the thing that said it was recording, but then I just remembered that it doesn't show that anymore.
God, you scared the shit out of me.
It scared the shit out of me too. Sorry.
All right, from the top, everybody. This time with more emotion.
All right, back to the dragon part. She says some stuff. You go inside.
No, don't skim over that. It's been my favorite thing so far.
Liar.
I'm not a liar. That was a really cool intro. I saw myself in like a Skyrim-esque, like snowy castle top with a bronze dragon at the other end. Like it was really good. I almost said, "Wait, we've got the cover art," but I didn't want to interrupt your description.
All right.
24 initiative.
You got a 24 as well, Borello?
Yep.
Well, thank you for lying. Borgrim, what'd you get?
11 plus 8, 19.
All right, 19. Rouse.
13.
13. Let's see what that owl bear got.
First to last.
Or rather, that dead ass owl bear got.
Owl bear and Pathfinder?
What? Let's see.
In Pathfinder, it's called an ursine fowl.
No.
Legally distinct.
It is a chimera being.
It's a duck beaver. Careful.
Oh, no. Which half is the beaver?
The beaver.
That's a lot
bottom
better
half.
than a goose platypus. Those are terrifying.
You got 13, Rouse, you said?
Correct.
Oh, okay. All right. Which of the 24s wants to go first? Belgrip or Borello? Borello, you're right there in the thick of things. Everybody else is still on the other side of the smoke, not really knowing what's going on.
Go ahead, Punchy.
I'll go first, yeah. And I will say,
are you gonna yell anything out? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the fog isn't as thick as it seems. It's just a little bit, and it's a undead creature. And I will step for one action, and I will flurry. It hasn't been 10 minutes, so I'll just flurry of blows.
All right.
22 to hit.
It has to have been 10 minutes actually because he healed himself.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll just start off with a flurry of blows.
All right.
Oh my goodness. That was a 22 on my first hit. Does that hit? And then a natural 20 on my second hit.
That'll also
Hey.
So I will roll damage.
Like Rouse did it. I can just say that I did it too.
10 damage on the first hit, and then a natural 1 for another 10 damage on the second hit. So 20 total damage. They combine for the purposes of any resistances.
All right, you guys hear a couple of wet smacks through the cloud. What are your other actions? If you have any?
One action to step, second action to
flurry,
and then I'm going to raise my shield.
All right. Your go. Other 24. Belgrip.
I'm hesitant to go in there. Those wet slappies could be fighting or fucking.
They're fighting. It's fighting.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll move to this.
Hey, this is my pots.
I'll move to this corner. And then I don't know if rolling oh wait, this is undead, and I am not religious, so I don't know what the fuck that is.
Well, you know what the animal is. It's still pretty like meaty. Like it's pretty clearly an owl bear, like a famous kind of monster.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, would it just be religion to identify it and come up with any weaknesses?
Yeah, just like if you're looking for like undead weaknesses, but
yeah. So I'll just I'll go in. I'll go
guns blazing, bitch.
Yeah, I mean I've got. Do I wanna hit him with a fucking ghost charge? Yeah, I'm gonna jump into my little alchemist dedication, and when I come in, I'm gonna quick alchemy one of my versatile vials into a ghost charge. Which would do, if I hit, it's a bomb that'll do 1d8 positive. Well, no, because you're right next to it, the splash damage. Do you take damage from positive vitality?
I don't believe so.
Effects for this trait: heal living creatures with energy from the Forge of Creation, deal vitality energy damage to undead. Or would it heal you 1 then? That's neat.
Know.
Anyhow, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna do a ghost charge and try to hit it with a positive damage bomb.
Like you can kill someone with positive energy if you give them beyond their normal hit points with.
No.
Like not beyond their regular hit points, but like double their hit points plus, then they explode.
Oh,
nice. I'm hoping a 20 hits.
I'm glad they left that in Pathfinder 2 because I knew it was in Pathfinder 1.
I was about to ask what system you were talking about. That's in this one?
Yeah, I was looking at the positive energy, the vitality like trait.
Oh,
damage.
Huh. 20 hits.
20 hit. Yeah, 20 will hit.
All right. So he'll take 5 positive vitality damage.
Okay, help me out here. You guys have done more game. You've done more game mastering. If something has a weakness, do I just add that extra damage?
You just add that extra damage.
All right, then your gun does way more damage than you thought it would.
My bomb.
Your bomb does way more damage than you thought it would.
Yeah.
Giving an amazing blast of glowing positive energy at the creature.
Sweet. That's my go.
All right, where are you, Wargrim?
I move there. That's 25. And then I've got my Pharaoh's Edge enabled, which undead are not immune to spirit energy. So I will do an attack. Let's see. Roll a 14 plus 7, 21.
21 will hit.
Okay. And then rolled a natural 12. So that will be 16, 17. So you get 17 points of damage.
What kind of weapon are you using?
This is slashing.
Okay, that's extra damage then.
So technically it is, let me see, 16 points of slashing damage plus 1 spirit damage.
Okay, so that's 27 damage. You slash deep into the owlbear zombie. It lets out another hollow, gurgling growl as it is Rouse's go because the monster got the lowest initiative. Rouse, your go. Gosh, from that vantage point, you cannot see into the combat. Just letting you know.
Yeah. So first I will step in and hunt prey and flurry at this mofo. Natural 20 and a 9.
All right. Well, the 9 misses, but the natural 20 gets it. Obviously.
For 16 piercing damage.
Jesus. All right. Plus 16. Where does that put us at? 15. All right. The creature is still up, and it's just finally gets a go. Oh, jeez. All right. Let's see. Action.
It's like the opposite of the last fight. We all hit it this time.
Yeah. All right. Who's adjacent? Let's go with the adjacent guys.
Good.
Well, it's a zombie, so it's not a tactical genius here. Borello and Wargrim, you guys are gonna take the heat on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start with you, Borello. As it claws at you, does 23 get you?
It does.
Does 20 get you?
20 is actually, it depends on how much damage the first one does, because I've got my shield raised. I'm going to block.
All right. Well, I'll come back to that. But would it hit?
Yeah.
Right.
Whether it breaks it or doesn't, my AC is 20 right now.
All right. And for you, Wargrim, I got that's probably not going to get you. I got an 18.
No, that's not.
All right. You were able to dodge its bite, but its claws tear into Borello. Let's see. D10. Where am I going to get D10 from? Get a D10. Where do all my dice keep disappearing? There we go. All right. Borello, the first attack does 20. Oh, so not 20. Jesus Christ. The first attack does 12 points of damage.
Okay. So I've got a hardness of 3.
Okay.
So that
brings it to 9 damage. You take 9 damage. The shield takes 9 damage.
Okay. Yep. So the shield is definitely broken.
All right.
Saved me from 3 damage.
All right. Attack number 2. Oh no. Attack number 2 does 14 damage.
Okay. So that's 23 damage total.
And that's its actions. We're back to the top of the round, which I believe is you, Borello. This thing is tearing into you.
Yep.
Also, I believe you're grabbed, but that's hardly relevant at this point.
Well, is it? Am I? Because it is relevant. I'm moving.
All right. Well, then let me check that. Let me double check that.
I think you have to spend an action to grab if you hit the attack.
All right. Well, then I spend all my actions on attacks. So
awesome. Okay. I get into flanking, spending 1 action. 1 action to get into wolf stance. Then I will roll to hit with wolf stance.
What kind of damage types can you do?
Piercing and bludgeoning. And it doesn't matter. I rolled an 11.
Okay.
Fuck this day.
Hey, man, you did 20 damage last round.
Yeah, you did a good bit damage last round, man. Belgrup. You saw how great the extra holy damage you did last time went off, and you saw also how good the slashing worked on the creature from Wargrim.
If I had read the whole thing, yes, positive damage does heal, but this particular alchemy bomb
doesn't.
This damage harms only undead creatures and creatures with negative healing.
Weak sauce.
Those charge deals listed positive damage and splash damage, though as usual for positive damage, this damage harms only undead and creatures with negative healing. Ghost charges is designed to explode even on contact with spiritual substances, making them ideal for damaging incorporeal undead. Primary target takes damage from a ghost charge, becomes enfeebled until the start of your next turn. So he'd be enfeebled. I forgot. I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, not immune to it.
So when you're enfeebled, you take a status penalty equal to the condition value to strength-based rolls, DCs, including strength-based melee attack rolls, strength-based damage rolls, and athletics checks. I think you would have been a -1 that round, yeah.
Does that have changed anything for anybody? Did I just get them?
Because you broke my shield on the first one.
Oh, okay.
It still would have gone through even if you had hit at a 19.
Yeah, but it would have done 2 less damage total from the 2 hits.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, take them off.
I'll give myself back 2 hit points.
No, a 20 with a 19 would have missed you, huh? Let's not keep going back.
No, 19 still would have hit because it broke my shield on the first hit.
No, the first hit was a 20, wasn't it?
No, it was a 23.
The first. Yeah, okay, sorry. I didn't mean to backtrack that much.
It's worth trying to save my life.
What are you doing?
And what I was originally thinking is like I could throw the ghost charge at Frakes and deal 1d8 positive damage to him, and then the creature would take 1 splash damage, but that would give it its weakness. So I would do a minimum of whatever its weakness is plus 1. Yeah. But then I would enfeeble Frakes, so I don't think I'm going to do that.
And I don't think, do they actually heal?
No, they don't.
I thought that this said in there that they don't.
Yeah, I think it just hits undead and negative healers.
Yeah. Okay. So
worth the thought.
Yeah. But that means I can throw it in the middle and y'all won't take any damage still. I was pretty excited. So I'll do that again. I'll quick alchemy. Because this is the time to do it. And throw my bomb. Natural 19 for a 26. Wait. Yeah, 26.
That'll hit.
It's not going to crit, but so close. I'll take a hit.
I don't know. Let me double check. 26 will crit.
Nice.
So its AC is 16?
Yeah.
Oh. So it's going to take... it only takes the weakness damage once.
I hope so, golly.
But it'll take a 1 on my first D8.
Okay.
And a 1 on my second D8.
All right. Well, 1 plus 1 plus 10 is enough to finish the creature.
Oh, it's 10?
It's weakness 10 for positive and slashing.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. Your bomb, while it doesn't seem to have a great deal of effect, really affects this zombie, causing it to crumble to mush. Stinky mush.
Just making sure you only did one or the other, right? You didn't do both.
What are you talking about?
Like with the weaknesses, if it has, like, let's say I hit it with slashing and then it had also positive 2, it wouldn't take 20 for weaknesses. It would only take 10.
That I don't know. If you had a slashing,
it's just if you hit.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I know for a fact that.
Oh, okay. It would only
it takes the highest weakness, and if the highest is the same, then it only takes it once.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Good to know, because that would suck for me, a GM.
Yeah.
Well,
and
yes.
If not, I would have lied and been like, when my bombs blow up, they also do slashing damage from the glass.
The shards from the bottles.
Yeah.
1 point of slashing, bludgeoning, piercing, fire, cold, acid, electricity, holy, unholy, lawful, chaotic.
You joke, but that's kind of how I make this character.
Just rely on everything to have a major weakness.
For real, my weapon can do bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. And then I took the alchemist to start getting all those elemental bombs. So it's just like, if I know that it's weak to something, I think I'll have it.
Okay. All right. Yes.
You created a thaumaturge out of nothing.
He invented a thaumaturge.
The zombie burbles away into a stinky mess. Have you see another one of those strange purple crystals jutting up out of the corpse that you got from the ghouls in the cemetery? This one much larger.
What was that we got from the ghouls in the cemetery?
Yeah, it was one of the things I had to purify.
Ah.
Oh, that's right.
Morello coughs up a little bit of blood.
Oh no.
I don't know what we should do with that. Do we turn it in somewhere for the monetary value?
Well, you can leave it or grab it. It's up to you.
Wait, you spend money to get them purified last time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Knowing that there's got to be a more efficient way to use this stuff, because to say the souls do not leave the dungeon.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
At least that's what the dragon tells you. If you die in here, your soul is arrested within the facility.
Maybe this is. Oh, maybe this is some way that people are getting creatures out of the dungeon by encasing them in this gym. Maybe that's how the ghouls got out there.
Well, I say let's still take it, but and I will focus on Borello and go, come over here, let me work on you.
Please and thank you.
Is he the only person that needs it?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had a hell of a right hook. Let me push these guts back in.
So take 2 points of damage.
Ah, I'm dead.
Now heal. Actually, let me clear that. Reset. 1, 2.
Now heal 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
4. You're healed back 23 points.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, you get a little stitched up. You get a little field surgery from Wargrim.
That is that is my maximum. You brought me right back up to full.
All right. You guys decide which way you're gonna go. I gotta pee real quick.
I gotta go soon. It's almost 10 o'clock.
All right. Well, while you guys think about what you want to do from here on out, let's call the session to a close, and let's go with what do we want our screenshot to be for the night?
Us standing in the courtyard with that big ass dragon beckoning us at the other side of it.
All right.
I like the that same idea, except the dragon's looming in with the face like real close to us to give us a good spook.
Any other ideas?
What's the name?
Wow. Let's just call this one Level 1.
Oh. Welcome to Titma. To Tirdmud. That time I entered the Unconquerable Mega Dungeon to Timud. All right. Okay. I don't have it.
Welcome to Level 1.
Is that everything everybody's got for the night?
Yep, that's it.
All right. Well, we'll catch you next time, and we'll have more dungeon crawling action. Thanks for joining us. Good night, everybody.
Okay, bye.